All right, hola friends, hola everyone. How's everybody doing today? Today I wanted to talk about perspective. As you can see, I am outside. I'm not stuck in the bed right now. We decided to come outside because I felt like I needed to change my perspective. Perspective is, your viewpoint or your scope or the way you view things. Like, everybody has a different perspective. We're all different heights. We all have different experiences, so we're all going to view life differently. Everybody is not going to view life the same. Everybody's not going to think the same. Everybody's not going to have the same reactions. And we all have different coping mechanisms based on the experiences that we've had in our past. Like I said, I re-injured myself when I had my fall the other day. And that just adds to, what I have to deal with on a daily basis. But I just felt like I needed to get out the house, not be stuck in the house. Try to get a little sunlight. It's 93 degrees outside where I'm at. And also, I wanted to bring my little people out here because I don't let them come out here by themselves because it's too much going on. But back to perspective. If you change the way you think, you change the way you react. You change the way you look at things, then you change how you respond or react to them. So, like I said, I've literally been laying down for like hours at a time, just trying to get some relief, tossing and turning. Well, really can't toss and turn, trying to find a position that feels comfortable. So I just decided, you know what, we'll just get outside for a few minutes and see what difference that makes. I actually do feel a little bit better just from being out here outdoors, even though it's hot out here. I still feel better because I'm sitting like in an upright position. I may not be able to sit for very long because right now I can't be in any position for too long. But also, that goes to what I'm saying about changing my perspective, because I can get up, I can walk around, you know. Even if I can only sit here for maybe 5-10 minutes, I can walk around for 5-10 minutes. I can switch, I can alternate. And, like they say, if plan A doesn't work, then there's 25 other letters. So everything is not always as it seems. It may just be that you're looking at it from a certain perspective. But my perspective, I love you too, buddy. Thank you. My perspective is not going to be the same as yours. And we can have a actual discussion. It doesn't have to be an argument all the time. You can actually have discussions with people and still be happy and still get along. Everybody does not have to look at life the same way you look at life.
This wangler.
Yeah, go ahead. Go try it. Go try it and see what happens. And that is one thing that I'm, I guess, I always go back to our childhood. I wasn't really raised like that. I was literally raised like what I say goes, or, because I say so type deal. But I'm trying to change that narrative when it comes to my children. Meaning that I know that everybody has a different perspective. They are 3 and they are 5, so they're not going to view life the same way I view life. And I'm 40, so my perspective is going to be totally different because I have a whole lot more experiences than they have. Same way with anybody else I come in contact with. Our perspectives or the way we view things are going to be different. I'm from the South. I'm from Louisiana. In my household, we ate rice with everything. We didn't eat mashed potatoes. We ate rice. But when I lived in Arkansas,
Wait, rice and mashed potato too?
yeah, the town that I was living in at one point in Arkansas, they ate mashed potatoes with everything. And whenever I said, "Oh well, we don't really eat mashed potatoes," they were like, "Oh, like that's different." I'm like, "Yeah, of course it's different, and it's okay to be different." My podcast is called Gumbo for the Soul because life is just like, it's like a gumbo. A gumbo is just a big pot of deliciousness. Is there's all different ingredients that go in a gumbo, but they all come together to make something that tastes absolutely amazing. So same way with life, we all have different perspectives.
Yeah,
and
gumbo has hot sauce in it.
yeah, you can't put hot sauce in it. We all have different perspectives. We all have different point of views. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your perspective. But the other thing about a different perspective is that okay. The other thing about having a different perspective or a different point of view, if you're in a bad mood, you can actually put yourself in a better mood or a good mood if you change. if you change your perspective. I guess I was trying to change my perspective. So that's all I wanted to share today. That's been on my mind, and I was like, I'm just gonna get up out this house, and see if that helps me at all. Walk around a little bit, get outdoors, let them come out here and run around and play a little bit, because they haven't been able to come out here because I hadn't been able to come out here with them. But uh, at least they get to come out here for a little while, and you know,
Yay, mommy! Yay!
have themselves a little fun outside. They've been basically playing in their playroom the last few days, having to play in the playroom and not been able to come outside and get some outdoor time or outdoor play. But yeah, looking at things from a different point of view, even as far as the relationship, that I say I survived. That's why I call it I survived a narcissistic relationship, because I don't consider myself to be a victim of anything. I consider myself to be a survivor. So it's all about your perspective and all about your point of view. That actually affects your future as well, because if I had like a defeatist attitude, I would have just stayed there. I would have stayed in that relationship. I would have fought hard trying to get that relationship to come. I mean, I would have literally been begging him. I'm not going to beg anybody to do anything that they don't feel like they're supposed to do. So that's my perspective. Even with me having the disabilities that I have, my perspective is there's always another way to get things done. Even when with anything, cooking, cleaning, taking care of my children, there's always another way to get something done, because you have to have a different perspective. And hopefully I'm teaching them the same thing. That they're brothers. They're 3 and they're 5, but they're not going to always have the same opinion or always be on the same page. But they can figure out, how to come to a compromise and work together and still get things done. And even if we don't have this, then we have that. You may not have the jelly to go with the peanut butter, but you can still make a peanut butter sandwich. It's not all about, things being perfect all the time. We can just change our perspective and things will turn out. They'll turn out for the good, because there is a verse. I'll throw a verse in here. There's a verse that said all things work together for the good of them that love God. And, as long as you love God and you serving God, he'll make sure things work out for you. But you got to put some action behind that. You can't just be like, oh, I know. Nope. I'm a spontaneous person and I'm an extrovert type person. But there's also some planning that has to be in there. You got to plan some stuff in there somewhere. You got to have some type of plan, some type of organization. You can't just go through life, it'll be okay. Everything will be all right. Nope. Just like with when I found myself to be a single parent, I had to become a little bit more organized. I had to do a little bit more planning and a little bit more prep. I have to get things ready the night before. I have to leave early, to make sure they were on time. I have to get up early because I have to get them dressed, and then I have to put them in the car. Like, there's a way to do anything. There's always a way to do anything. And our perspective has a lot to do with, how things turn out in our life. So, don't beat yourself up. Don't be down on yourself. Sometimes just, change your perspective or change the way you look at things. And always remember that everybody's not going to view life the same way you view life. Don't be selfish. Don't exhibit, I'll say, narcissistic behavior by thinking that everybody thinks the way you think and everybody has to feel the way you feel, because that's not true. So, remember, as a single mom, single dad, single parents, because a single parent can be a grandparent as well. I love you. God loves you. And we got this. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode.